Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And it's Monday morning, which means it's time to talk about this week's Guns N' Roses news. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So this is a news story that broke on August 19th. So some people think that Slash has a no photos with fans policy. And so according to a poster on my GNR forum, there was a thread titled "How We Got Slash to Break His No Photos Fans with Rules." His no photos with fans rule in Buffalo. So here's what he posted. "It seems as though it's easier these days to get a photo with Axl than it is with Slash. I'm still trying to get pictures with as many GNR members as possible. I'm up to 18 members or so now. Over the Not in This Lifetime tour, I have had Slash tell me no for a photo around 3 different times. Hey, that's life, and if this is my biggest problem, I'd be a very lucky guy. The night before the show in Buffalo, I met fans from Germany and Colombia. When we saw Slash pull in, he waved but went inside the hotel only to come out a minute later after my friend yelled, Slash, I came from Colombia.' Slash said no photos as he began to sign for 2 of us that had items. He gave in to the no photo rule after the girls from Germany and the dude from Colombia asked again. The whole thing lasted a couple minutes, but it made my day knowing that I helped these kids meet their idol. I now just need a photo with Izzy and I'll have the Appetite for Destruction 5. So he later posted that I'm owed a good performance if I buy a ticket, and the quality of a performance in and of itself is subjective. Anything else like a picture autograph is just a bonus. I've been turned down by Axl and Slash several times before finally getting them, and now once with them saying no have an effect on my love of the music or them being my favorite band." So we've also got some more Slash news. So it was announced by Variety that Slash has been named Gibson's first ever global brand ambassador. So he will be the global brand ambassador for Gibson, the company announced on August 15th. He is the first to receive the designation in the guitar maker's 100-plus year history. So as part of the new role, Slash will develop new products for Gibson's custom Gibson and Epiphone lines. The musician has also been aligned with the company for the last 3 decades. So the CEO of Gibson brand said Slash embodies the characteristics of creativity, passion, and excellence that are so closely aligned with Gibson. We are very proud of the friendship and mutual success we have shared for over 30 years. We are also very excited about the future products we will be announcing soon. And Slash said, I've been working with Gibson since the early days of my professional career and playing Gibson guitars since before that, added Slash. I'm proud of the creative relationship we've developed over the years. So we've also got some more Slash news. So it looks like Slash has got a new Gibson guitar. It's a Gibson custom Slash signature Les Paul Anaconda Burst Flame Top or Plain Top. So I think he's been playing this guitar as part of their Not in This Lifetime tour that they've been doing for the last year and a half or so. We also had Gilby Clarke's birthday this past week, so both Slash and Duff wished him a happy birthday on Twitter. And then we also had Matt Sorum wishing Gilby Clarke a happy birthday as well. So let's go into our next news story of the week. So this is one of the biggest news stories to come out this week in the world of Guns N' Roses. So there was a lot of speculation that Guns N' Roses may be rehearsing new music. So Slash's girlfriend Megan had actually posted on Instagram a muted clip of Duff, Slash, and Slash's son London rehearsing at one of their shows they played this past week, and she wrote in Instagram, and yes, the sound is off, new music you have to wait to hear. She later wrote on Instagram suggesting that they're rehearsing new never before heard music. Now one thing people should keep in mind is that Slash's son London has his own band, and maybe they're rehearsing one of his songs. And we also had another video from a fan who was actually outside the stadium listening to where they were rehearsing and actually had audio of what they were playing. So I've actually linked to it down below. I've listened to the clip. It sounds pretty good. And I will tell you what, London sounds like a much better drummer than Frank. I wish he was filling in for these shows. So after listening to the footage, you know, it sounds a little bit like AC/DC. And to me, guys, I don't really think there's any validity to the story because Guns N' Roses, as far as I'm concerned, are not writing new music until Axl is in the room with them putting lyrics down or something like that. I mean, the entire sessions that Guns did from 1994 to 1996 was them in a room jamming, trying to write music, and Axl was either not in the room or he was in the room, but he wasn't doing any singing or writing lyrics. If you guys have read Slash's book, I think he even stated that he never heard Axl sing once at those rehearsals. So I say that there's no validity to the story, and even what they're rehearsing sounds like something that I wouldn't expect Guns N' Roses to necessarily write on a new album, but I could be wrong. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Let's go into our next news story of the week. We also had a new cover released by Seagulls, which is like a bluegrass Finnish group. that did a cover of You Could Be Mine. So I've linked to it down below. If you guys haven't seen some of their other covers, they've covered November Rain and I think a handful of other Guns N' Roses songs. And it's very interesting takes on the songs that you guys definitely haven't heard before. And you guys, while you're on YouTube, check out William Shatner's rendition of You Could Be Mine as well. And then we've also got some Duff McKagan news. So Alice in Chains and friends have revealed the Fantasy Football League along with a benefit auction with some details. So Fantasy Football rocks, but no league tends to be rock more than Alice in Chains and their Friends League, which is now entering its 8th season. So Alice in Chains guitarist Jerry Cantrell and their bassist Mike Inez, who also played on Slash's Snake Pit, are also back to participate in the league and invited some fellow musicians and celebrities. They're hoping to have some fun as well. So Hell Yeah's Vinnie Paul, Guns N' Roses Duff McKagan, and Anthrax Scott Ian. So as part of the league, there's also a companion online auction filled with awesome memorabilia from both the music and sports worlds. So among the items up for sale is a guitar lesson with Jerry Cantrell, a bass guitar signed by members of Guns N' Roses, a guitar signed by the Deftones, a pinstripe Viking guitar signed by Zakk Wylde, and a football signed by the members of the NFL Hall of Fame, and a football signed by the 2017 Hall of Fame inductee Kurt Warner, and much more. So if you guys want to find out more about the auction, I've put the link to the auction site below. Let's go into our next piece of news. So we had Duff McKagan wishing Mick Bob 30 years of working with Guns N' Roses. And as you guys know, Mick Bob is the guy who is the announcer before each Guns N' Roses show. I believe he's been doing that since the Use Your Illusion tour at least. Then we've also got a post from Melissa Reese as well with Slash in the background. And then finally, we have this week, before Guns played in Hershey, Pennsylvania, there were some photos circulating on the Guns N' Roses fan forums and the Facebook groups that Slash and Duff were actually playing some pinball backstage. And these are just a bunch of photos of Slash and Duff playing a pinball game. So if you guys haven't seen on my channel, I've got a true story episode all about the Guns N' Roses pinball machine. So just go Google it, Guns N' Roses pinball, and you'll find my true story episode. A lot of interesting details about how Guns teamed up with Data East back in the day and how they released a song that never actually was out on Use Your Illusion called Ain't Going Down. So that was also included on the Guns N' Roses pinball machine. And then Gilby Clarke ended up suing the band over his image being used on the pinball machine. So I talk about that as well. So enjoy the rest of the photos, guys. That does it for this week's news. Let me know what your thoughts are. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for all the latest Guns N' Roses news. And you guys can also like the video and follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and also support me on Patreon. So all the links to all that good stuff is down below. Take care.